Okay, well, thanks so much.
Why don't you take a tour of our school district and you can see the exciting things that are happening. I mean, when you think of school districts, for example, and you take the 6th largest in terms of graduates, we're in the middle. If you look at dropout rate, we're in the middle. I mean, the school district, you would think that would have higher graduation rate or lower dropout rates. We're competing head on. And that's a story that needs to be told.
No question. Is there anything that we didn't get to that you wish we had touched on, John?
We need 30 more minutes.
I know, okay.
Come
and
back again.
30 more minutes, just briefly, what would be a thing or two that you would like to have touched on or emphasized?
I think that the story about Santa Unified School District, there's not a school district with our student demographic profile, major school district, with a 96% Latino population. We don't have any of the subgroups.
Why do you think on that website they lumped you in that same grade category as LAUSD and Anaheim?
You know, I don't know the criteria they use, but there's no comparison. Look at the growth. See, you have to, is it half full or half empty? I consider it to be half full. And you look at the progress. We're going by leaps. In 7 years, we've gone from 80% to a 93% dropout rate.
So in trying to do things though, because, and believe me, it's, you know, and I agree, it's not fair. I mean, it's good to have the snapshots so you know where everybody is. But to think that, you know, a huge district with the demographics of Santa Ana is going to do the same as, you know, Irvine or something, you know, that it's not a fair comparison.
But we are. I mean, well, let me correct that. When I said 80% graduation rate, it's now 93%.
Right.
The graduation rate for Irvine Unified is about 96. We're doing 93.
But how about college prep? I mean, as far as college prep rate or something.
Our kids are going to the best universities in the country.
Okay.
That's the best model you can use.
Is it any coincidence that in some of the more challenged districts around the country, that's where you see a lot of alternative education. You see charter schools, and you see these things because people are trying innovative things. You know, you've been many years now on the school board. Are there some innovative things you'd like to do in Santa Ana that you can't do because there's certain rules, the state's telling you or the union's telling you you can't do these things? I mean, to be honest, are there some things?
Charter schools don't have the restrictions that we have.
Yeah, and so wouldn't that be great if you didn't have those restrictions?
Well, we would be able to. Where public schools have to submit financial records, charter schools don't. In fact, they haven't done it since 2013.
Is that the reason?
On Transparent California.
Is that the reason? If you wanted to keep a good teacher and get rid of a bad old teacher, you can't do it, right? You can't do it.
I work with the rules that legislature
that's my
provides me.
point. So I'd say, do you ever get frustrated by that?
I'm realistic. I'm not idealistic. I deal with the rules that I have to work with.
I get frustrated.
Ceci, you get frustrated.
Yeah, and I just feel it's a disservice to the teachers that want to do a great job, and because of them, their hands are tied too. So they're pretty much constrained to the cards that are dealt to them. And I know that many times it's even the principals. It's like, you know, these restrictions make it hard for them to even evaluate teachers. Just for us to even go in a classroom and try to evaluate a teacher, it's kind of like the teacher that's doing their job. They're like, come on in, we have an open door, we can do it. But then you have those that they know, they're like, why are you coming in here? And, you know, so it's not all of them, but we have those bad examples that sometimes makes people not want to say what's really happening. And with me, it's, you know, I want to support great teachers. I want to support parents, and I want to support students.
And I think that every board member does as well, equally as well. But I guess because I'm experienced, I'm realistic. I work with what I have to work with. And that's the real world.
And that can either, well, I know that's the real world, and God bless you for having done it as long as you have. But, you know, it seems like you're not, you know, I'm trying to get you, and maybe you just don't want to say it. What you really think, what you really feel, you're saying these are the rules.
No.
Are they stupid rules?
No.
Are they bad rules?
No, we're not like this municipal government where you can raise taxes, user fees. We don't have that ability. You know, the money that we get from the federal government, the state government have restrictions, and that's what we work with.
But we got $102 million extra because of our demographics and our, you know, the way our students, free and reduced lunch and homeless kids, foster kids. We got $102 million. That was to close that achievement gap. That was to provide those services that parents that can afford in Newport and
The
Laguna
money that
Beach.
she's talking about, let me make it real simple for you. We increased instructional days,
2 days.
3 days.
2 days, 3 days, okay.
We increased instructional days, net days,
All right.
and we took a training day off.
No, I'm just curious, and then we'll end the conversation. You're right, John. We could go another half hour, but I'm just kind of curious. I made light of it, and I shouldn't. You said 2 days, and you said 3 days, which I think is kind of interesting. You're both on the board. You're dealing with issues. I can tell every day is important to you. Just the way you guys said that. So explain to me. I'm curious now. Why do you say 2 days? Why did you say 3 days? Where's the discrepancy?
Because we added 2 instructional days, and then we eliminated a what do you call it, training day, which is not an instructional day.
So what does that mean? I'm kind of curious.
That means more hours in the classroom.
So it really went up 2 days then, because you eliminated.
Well, depends how you look at it. I look at it as one less training day,
We have 182
which means
days.
one instructional day.
But our calendar day for instruction time is
Why didn't you just
182.
say why didn't you just say we'll do 2 more days, and keep? I'm sorry, because you changed. You changed an instruction.
We went from 180 to 182.
a training day to a
Yeah,
what did you
so
call
you have
it?
a net 3 days.
All right. So, but you got rid of a training day. Okay. All right. I'm
Yeah,
very
I mean,
confused
you know,
here.
Well, it's education. If it was simple as some people would think, it would
even
be,
just 1, 2, 3 got me confused there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's very complicated. But we have a great story to share, and if you look at by every measurement, and you look at our growth, we've done tremendously. Now, are we happy where we are? Obviously, we want to improve, but look where we've been, and where we are, and where we're going. That's the story.
And for me, I believe I just see the potential of our kids, and I just feel we're not moving fast enough. So.
Well, let's just talk about it. This is, I guess, where experience comes. The results that you're seeing today are the investments we made 7 years ago. Because you build with a long-term outcome. So we invested in early literacy programs at the elementary level. We invested in expanding preschool. We invested in Head Start programs. That investment and focused on English and focused on math, that investment 7, 8 years ago are paying dividends today. It's not something you can just turn overnight.
What do you think about that, Ceci? I think he's saying you got to be more patient.
Mm-hmm. No, our kids cannot wait, because you know what? Every year that goes by without them having the resources, the tools, that's going to help. It's going to set them back. And so I believe that we could do. The 35% that are, proficient and all that, I believe they have a great support at home. But I believe we need to provide the support, and that's the reason why we get the money, so we can provide the support to those kids so they can be at the same grade level. So I believe that, that we're taking our time as adults, and our kids cannot wait. And that's the sentiment that I get from the parents out in the community, that they're saying, you know what, I want my child to have this more. And I want this. So I believe because of them being more vocal of the choices that they want, I believe we've stepped up as a school district, to provide more options. But I believe it's because the parents have been asking for it. It's not because, it's something that it came natural. I believe it's because parents saying, you know what, I am the customer. My student is your client. So if I don't get what I want, I want it now.
I want this now.
And she therefore agrees to the direction we're going, because we are responding. We're engaging our parents. We're engaging our students. We're providing with educational opportunities, and the outcomes you can see. And that's the real world. You agree with me? That's
you
what
agree
we're
with
doing.
me. You
Okay,
agree
well,
with me.
great. I'm glad we are all agreeing here at the end. So again, thanks again
Thank
for
you.
coming on, Ceci. John, thanks so much. All right.